Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. It's Saturday the 5th of April and we are now pretty confident, and it has been confirmed, that Harry and Meghan are in LA. What's not been confirmed is where they are. Now, rumour is rife at the moment that they are in fact in Malibu and that they want to buy a house in Malibu. A couple of issues I have with this, and I've said this before. If they're going to buy a property, they need to make sure that Frogmore Cottage is actually paid for before they move anywhere into their own property that's bought. I think they need to settle their debts with the British people before they move on. I've had a little bit of intel and I'll discuss that a little bit later on. But the Daily Mail had a very interesting article the other day and it said, "Will Megxit be welcome in Malibu?" Now, it confirms or alludes to the fact that the Sussexes are to be house hunting in the seaside playground of A-listers, but will their move make famous residents leave over fears of rising security costs? This is a big issue because a lot of A-listers, movie stars, big corporation bosses that are well known within Hollywood like their privacy. Not everybody courts the media, and Malibu has long been established as one of those havens that people can just walk around and not be bothered, because there are so many people there that are famous. It's like to a penny, isn't it? Now, a decent home in Malibu will cost between $7 and $15 million. That's for just a modest home. You want to get grand about it, you're talking 20 million. And it can get even more money if you have the funds. I don't think Harry and Meghan are quite in the 50 million bracket just yet. Probably Meghan has aspirations to do that. There are houses there for $50 million and even more. But they're not quite there. They have to settle their debts first. Now, you've got to think back before Harry and Meghan even met. She was living in Toronto in a reasonably normal house in a suburb, and she didn't seem to live a life of excess. It was only in her wildest dreams that she could probably walk around Malibu or LA and think, gosh, one day I'd really love to live here. So what happened? She bagged herself a prince and she's now got the dream, hasn't she? But the problem lies is they don't have that amount of cash at the moment. We all know that Charles will be stumping up the bill. He's doing it for the security. He's paying for half of their security. They've said that it is privately funded. Whether or not they are going to pay the other half, Buckingham Palace refused to comment. What is known now is that it's been confirmed that Buckingham Palace will not comment on the Sussexes at all. That to me is extremely telling. You now have to really analyse everything that a spokesperson for the Sussexes now says, because you know it's from their PR people. It's never going to be from Buckingham Palace. It's always controlled by them because they're getting paid for them by the Sussexes. Famous names to reside in Malibu, not the area that they're staying at the moment. I have more information on that, but that's later. So there's Simon Cowell lives in Malibu, Jennifer Aniston, Sting, Julia Roberts, Bob Dylan, Chris Martin. It is wall-to-wall celebrities, and you can bet your bottom dollar she's starstruck. But then again, do narcissists get starstruck? I don't think so, because I think within her head, she believes that it's her God-given right to be there. She is A-list everything in her mind. But with such media interests that are always going to follow Harry and Meghan, will they be welcomed with open arms in Malibu? Because that means the paparazzi will ultimately follow them. There is no such agreement between the palace and the paps in America. Come to England and there is an agreement. It's always been like that. But there isn't one in America. So they are fair game, to be quite honest. And this very may well irk those celebrities who want to keep under the radar and to basically keep out of the public eye. It might make other famous residents move out from Malibu because of the hoopla that always comes with Harry and Meghan. It happened in Canada, in their Vancouver Island. Paps were camped out for days on days just to get a glimpse of them. Now, these already established celebrities in Malibu wouldn't want the extra security that will ultimately come from Harry and Meghan. But you've got much bigger stars in Malibu than Harry and Meghan. Much bigger. And it's a place where it has been known that you can just be who you want to be because there's no real intrusion. It's chock-a-block with celebrities, so you don't really have to make an effort. Everybody's there in the same status. They can let their hair down, they can do whatever they like. But with the media interest with Harry and Meghan comes along, it might very well get up some people's nose because their freedom will be in jeopardy. They're probably not very thrilled about having Meghan and Harry move into the area because they just don't want the hassle. Yet I keep coming back to this one thing that keeps flicking me like a rubber band. How can they afford this? How can they literally afford even a $10 million house at the moment? The joint estimated worth is supposed to be around about $36 million. So that is an estimated 27% of their worth that they are thinking to look at buying a house. That's not very good economics in my own personal opinion, especially with what's going down at the moment in the world. There isn't much money about and the market is at a standstill. Nobody is moving and very little work is being done at the moment. Hollywood has shut down for the foreseeable future. So how on earth are they going to earn even more? Now, I've had several emails from various subscribers telling me that it has almost been confirmed that they are living in Misha Nunu's father-in-law's Malibu house. They are crashing there for the foreseeable future. It's all right for some, isn't it? You've got your very good friends to lean back on. Mooching still. Famous people who live on Broad Beach Road are Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, Dustin Hoffman. Until his death, Frank Sinatra had a place on Broad Beach Road, Pierce Brosnan, Eddie Van Halen, Robert De Niro, Sly Stallone, Mel Gibson, Steven Spielberg and Robert Redford. Very famous people live on that road. Yes, it's a big road. As most things are in America. We have very different in the UK. We're just all kind of stuck in together. You have massive roads, so they're probably very far apart. But they're not, really. I've had a look on Street View and this is what I found. This is where they are supposedly staying. And yes, it's beach fronted. Now, the law states that you can walk along the beach in front of that property, but you must not go up to that property, otherwise you will be trespassing. You can walk alongside it, but you can bet your bottom dollar there is some serious security going down right now. But what I can't understand is how they afford it. Along with the price tag of a Malibu mansion, or not even a mansion, a house, just a bog standard 4-bed house, you're still talking $10 million. And then you have the security on top of that. It's just bonkers money that they don't have. Either that or there's something that we the taxpayers are not being told. Harry has never wanted for anything in life. He has led a very sheltered, a very comfortable, rich, privileged lifestyle. There's going to be a stark reality someday soon when they realise that everything is not going to be handed to them anymore. Because Charles can't always bankroll them. They wanted to be financially independent. They've bragged being financially independent. Let them be financially independent. But I don't think they have even considered what financial independence actually means. And I don't think they even know what it means. And it will hit them like a ton of bricks. So it would be extremely naive of them to even go down the road of buying a house at this present moment in time with the current climate. But the amount of puff pieces still coming out, I don't know whether Sunshine Sacks are actually representing her anymore. I don't think they are. Whoever's doing it needs to do a better job. They are so obviously sugar-coated and worded in such a way that you know it's from their PR team. Such as this article that says Meghan Markle has always dreamt of living the Hollywood lifestyle, and starstruck Prince Harry arm didn't need to be twisted. Starstruck Prince Harry, he's a member of the royal family, for God's sake. It's normally the other way around when the celebs are lining up and the royal is going down, shaking them. It's an honour to meet a royal. It just screams PR. But then this article lends itself to making Harry also part blameful. Then there's this one. Prince Harry is overwhelmed with guilt at being so far away from England and feels helpless as it hit him that Prince Charles and the Queen won't be around forever. Well, duh, Harry. What on earth, or where on earth, have you actually been for the past year? Everybody has been screaming this at you, yet you haven't listened. This is from a PR perspective to try and clean up their image. And it's not going to work. They are toxic. And final one for me really did make me go, oh my lord, please give it a rest. Is Meghan Markle still not seen her mother Doria since moving back to Los Angeles, despite now living just 10 miles apart as she continues to isolate with Prince Harry and Archie? Well, one thing, they barely got out of Canada. They did it under the dead of night before or slightly after borders were closed, not confirmed yet, but into LA that was already on lockdown. What on earth did she expect? Any normal, rational thinking human being would put two and two together and think, well, we're on lockdown, of course you can't see them. But the PR aspect thinks, let's pile it on and get some sympathy. Poor Meghan, she's not seen her mum. Well, Dory is only ever wheeled out, to be perfectly honest, when it suits Meghan. Doria, I have great admiration for Doria, actually. She stayed out of the limelight and she's kept herself to herself. And I think in today's society, that is admirable. However, I do think she is intricately linked. I have no theory for this, I have no evidence, but this is just my own personal opinion. I do think that she is skimming off the top, or she is down as a staff member, so she can also benefit from having family added to the royals. It makes sense, to be perfectly honest. Whether it be right or wrong is neither here nor there. But going back to the financial side, it's extremely intriguing that this elephant movie / documentary that she has narrated has come out, and by all means it's tanking. The reviews are terrible, saying that she is dull, wooden, no emotions. But if you go on to things like Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb website and look at the film itself, the reviews are rather intriguing because they all use very similar words. Fun and engaging, funny and entertaining, really soothing voice that's perfectly well poised, soothing and calming. Meghan's voice is like that hot cup of tea on a cold, wet day that gently, skillfully and enthusiastically guides the viewers on this epic journey. Sorry, just had to catch myself there. Meghan's narration is calming yet engaging. You feel the joy in her voice when the elephants find water. Meghan's narration was engaging, confident, warm and beautifully soothing. You see a pattern kind of emerging here, don't you? And there lies the problem, is that you physically cannot believe anything that this woman does at all, because we know that there is an extremely heavy side coming down on her side about buying reviews, followers, anything like that to make her tarnished reputation seem glowing. It doesn't really matter because it's never going to happen. You will always be the curiosity of Hollywood. They might entertain you for the first time just to see what you're like, just to see if everything they have heard is true. But they won't come back for more because there's no substance there. Now, Disney have already said that Meghan needs Disney more than Disney needs Meghan. And it's very intriguing. Now, if they really wanted Meghan, they would have locked her down in a contract that was for X amount of other movies. They haven't. And if they thought that she was lucrative, they would have hedged their bets and likely signed her to a multi-project deal. Again, they haven't done that. So they can't see any longevity with regards to this. So maybe this, as I've said before, was just that kind of piqued interest. Well, let's see what you can do. And oh no, nothing. I won't use her again. So I would always like to know what you guys think of the video. Do you think they're in Malibu? Are the reports right? Are the people that are whispering in my ear who have friends in Malibu right, and they're staying at John Hess's Broad Beach Roadhouse in Malibu? Do you think they're going to be buying a place in Malibu? Do you think that it's financially viable to buy a house in Malibu? What do you think of the whole PR battery coming at us? It's just never ending, is it? It's just PR piece after PR piece. It's so obvious. And yet again, that is something that needs to be paid for. So who's paying for that? Because they don't have a never ending supply of money, especially in today's climate. I would love to know what your thoughts, and especially on the elephant movie. Have you watched it? I've only watched a bit of a clip and I can't stand it. You just think, oh God, it's grating on me. I'd love to know your thoughts on whether or not you think she's buying positive reviews. As always, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.